Howdy, howdy folks, Bill here from CoolWildlife.com, and today we're going to talk about staying warm in winter. If you're like me, when you're out on a winter shoot or cycling or skiing, I bet you your hands sometimes feel like they're holding a couple ice packs. If that's you, you're going to want to stick around for this video because the answer to warm hands and warm feet is right here in this little brown box from Motion Heat. We're going to unbox and see what's inside. Stay tuned. I do have some good news for you. The Motion Heat folks were kind enough to give me a discount code, CoolWildlife15, all one word. That'll get you a 15% discount off any of the products that we review in this video today. Alright, before we crack open the box, I'm going to put a link in the description of this video to a video that I shot last year. The heated liners that are in this box I used all last season. They kept my hands warm out on my wildlife photography shoots, and it really was the best solution that I could find, and to this I've not found a better solution yet. So you're going to want to have a look at that video. In addition, I'm going to put a link to Motion Heat where you can purchase these gloves. So let's take a look. They were designed in Calgary, Alberta. They get some ridiculous winter weather. In September they'll have snow. And as you can see here, these gloves, they designed them for curling and dog walking, kiting, biking, horseback riding, ice fishing, running, construction work, hunting, skiing, and for my purpose, I'm surprised it's not on the box, I'll have to make that recommendation, I guess, wildlife photography. So let's crack the box open and see what's inside, shall we? Alright, here we go. So I've got heated insoles, and I am going to, after we unbox and take everything out of the box, I am going to go through with you each item in a little more detail. So let's just get what's in the box for now. So I actually have a sheet here that tells me what's in the box. So we should have a heated glove liner, complete set with a standard 12-volt battery. Yeah, the standard battery. The flip open mitten, a heated vest, and heated insoles. So let's take a look. These are the heated insoles. These are the flip open mittens. Why don't we crack those open and see what we got here. Let me just get back here and then we'll take a look at those together. Get rid of that. Alright, there's our flip open mitten, and it has a zipper for your fingers to come out, as well as a flap for your thumb. Okay, we'll set those aside. Next we have the heated fitted glove liner itself. So let's pop that open. Alright. This is the heated liner. And as you can see, that fits quite nicely against my hand. Next is the heated vest. And this requires, it looks like some scissors to get into it. Oh, no, it's got a glued down seal. We're in luck. Alright, let's take a look at this. I got this in a size large. Let me hold that up for you. Okay, so we've got the heated vest. And what do we got tucked in underneath here? Wow, I'm going to tilt the box so you can see what's going on here because I ordered a couple of extra batteries as well. So let me flip that up. We've got charger. This will be the stick man that you can use with the heated vest and or the gloves that goes over your neck. I'll show you that. This is the larger 5 amp battery, 16 volt. And for reference, there it is, the size of it in the palm of my hand. Then the smaller 12 volt 3.2 battery, which you can run in the cuff of the glove, or you can use it with the heated vest as well. And this is a 16 volt 3.2 battery. Again, you can see the difference in the size. And another 16 3.2 battery. The 16 volt charger. Right, flip that around. And a 12 volt 3.2, another one. Again, you can see the difference. Let me hold that up so you can see the difference in size between the 16 volt and the 12 volt batteries. Okay. But this battery does heat more, but 25% less. Okay, 25% more heat, but 20% less in terms of the time that you can use it. And then lastly, we've got extension cables that you would use with the vest in order to run the battery up. And I've got 2 of those, and it says they're 100 centimeters long. Connection for the heated gloves to go up to the heated vest. And that's the total contents of the box. So now we can dive into each item. We'll take a look at each item now individually, go through them so that you get an understanding of how to use them, how long they last, and so on and so forth. Let's start with the heated liner. Most people probably care about cold hands first and foremost when you're on a wildlife photography shoot. So this is the heated liner. Okay, it's got touch sensors on the fingertips so you can work your LCD displays. It's got heating through all of the fingers and the thumb and on the back of the hand as well, so it keeps you warm all the way through. And then it's got various settings, 3 settings, a high, medium, and low, which I'll show you in a moment. Now, you got multiple ways to connect it to the battery. Okay, you'll see a port right here that runs from the stick man. Okay, so we can plug the stick man right into this port on the glove, and then I can put either the 12 volt or the 16 volt battery onto the stick man itself. So I'm wearing this over my neck, and you simply plug that battery in. Okay, and then when we press and hold for the power, you see it lighting up red. Okay, it flashes a couple of times. I can already feel the heat coming through my fingers. And then you can set it for various settings, high, medium, low. So if I press again, you see the blue for medium, press again, the green for the low setting, and back up to high. As I say, I can already feel my hand getting warm inside this glove. Now, this is the larger 16 volt battery, and I can now just stick that in the pocket of my jacket or use the vest. I'm going to show you the vest a little later on. Place it in one of the pockets of the vest or use the batteries that are already in the vest as a hub to power the glove and the heated insoles. Okay, so that's option 1, is running the battery with a stick man or the vest. And I'll just turn that off, hold it, and press. And option 2, instead of using the outside port on the glove, we will use the inside port. So you cannot put the larger 16 volt battery in the cuff of the glove. Okay, you can see the difference between these two. This is the 12 volt and this is the 16 volt. This will not fit in the cuff. You got to use it with the stick man or the vest. So if you're only going to run with the cuff of the glove, get the 12 volt, and I recommend the 3.2 amp. And then on the inside of the glove is a zipper pouch, and you pull out the connector, plug it into your battery like so, put it back into the cuff, zip it up, and now when you press and hold, same idea, except now the battery lives inside the glove and there's no need for the stickman connection. Now, the liner itself, I don't find on the, there's no way on the cold extreme days with my cold hands that I can just wear the liner and get enough heat, especially if it's windy. And so that's where we get to the flip open mitten that Motion Heat has. Okay, and so put that over top of the liner, and then you've got a zipper across the palm, so your fingers can come out for shooting. You've also got a tab on the thumb, so you can access both the thumb ports and the finger ports for shooting. And when you're done shooting, back inside with both and zip it up. Okay. Now, if you this is $75 for the shell. Okay. Many of the wildlife photographers I shoot with, including myself, have the Heat 3 gloves. They're a great glove, but they run around $220 compared to $75. So I had been using this shell from Heat 3. Okay? Just the shell, doesn't have the fingers, right? It's the same concept as this glove. I do find that the insulation in this glove, the flip open glove, is just a little bit thicker than the Heat 3 glove. Could be because I've used this Heat 3 glove last season as my shell, and I'm now going to start using this flip open mitten. For those of you who are budget conscious, $75 worth of $220. I think this glove is going to perform just as well as this one. I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison to see if that's the case for me. But for 75 bucks, I would go with this glove. And if you already own the Heat 3, go with that. But you need the shell. What I find, this is the Heat 3 glove that has the fingers built into it. They're just a little too tight when I try to ram the liner into the fingers of the glove. Now, a couple of years ago, I even cut the fingers out of my Heat 3 glove to turn it into a shell before there was a shell. But I've got the liner in there right now, and it's really constricting my fingers when I try to put the liner into the fingers of the Heat 3 Smart Glove. So I will say, if you have the Heat 3 shell, use it. If not, get yourself a flip open mitten from Motion Heat for $75 and you're all set. On to the heated insoles. Alright, so this is the heated insole. The heating element for the insole is on the toe area, right in here. Okay, and there's a lot of insoles on the market. I own a few of them. Some of them have switches that you need to switch on and put in the boot, and then you can't access it again, so you can't change the heat. Your foot gets hot, you start to sweat, now you get cold anyway. It drains the battery when you don't need it. So I want an insole that I can control the temperature with, number one. Number two, I want an insole that actually produces heat, and not all of them are great. And so the thing you need to understand, and what sets this insole apart for me, is that it produces heat at 70 degrees. And what you need to understand is the element is underneath this red portion right here. And every time you add a layer, like this red cloth layer, you lose 10% of your heat. So if you started at 70 degrees, you lose 10 degrees, you're down to 60. Now you put on a pair of socks, you're down to 50, which is great because most insoles start at 50 degrees and now you lose 20% and get down to 30 and you don't feel the heat. So it produces the right amount of heat on your foot, and you can vary the level of temperature with that low, medium, and high setting. So there are three ways to hook up the insoles. One, if you are using the gloves with the battery in the cuff, then you can use the stick man that I have around my neck. And remember when we unboxed, we had these extension cords. So this extension cord will plug in to our stick, and I've already got one on here. Okay, plugs into the stick man, and that gets us down to our feet. Then this plugs in, of course, to the insole, and then our battery plugs into the stickman as it did for the liner, right? And now we're running heat into the insole. Option 2. They have a leg strap, so you can put a leg strap around your leg and put the battery into the cuff of the leg strap down around the bottom of your boot, and you're not running the extension cord or the stick man at that point. You're just running it from there with a high, medium, and low setting on that cuff. Or that cuff can actually be worn, if you put a belt through it, you can wear it around your waist, and now just use the extension again and use it in the same way. So the third way, and the way that I'm going to use it, is with the vest. I'm just going to use that extension port on the back of the vest. I'm going to run that 100 centimeter extension cord from the vest down to the insole, and I'm going to use it in that way. And then on the vest itself, which I'll show you in a moment, it has the power settings right here on the chest, so you can do the low, medium, and high right from there without having to go down underneath to your leg strap or to what's on your waist. So there's the heated insole. Next, we'll take a look at the vest. On to the heated vest. I like to think of the Motion Heat vest as the hub, because I'm going to be using the vest. Personally, I'm going to use the vest. You don't need the vest. You can use the liners on their own. You can use the insoles with the leg straps. But for me, the heated vest becomes the hub. It's got 4 pockets, 2 on the front and 2 on the back, which I'll show you in a moment, where you can have batteries. So you can have 4 batteries on the go at one time. I'm not feeling any additional weight with this vest. Plus, I get the addition of having heat. If I am getting cold, I've got heating panels on the front and the back of the vest that I can use to keep my core warm, because the secret to keeping your hands and your feet from getting cold is keeping your core warm. Your body likes to protect its organs first, and so if you start to get cold, it's going to divert all of the blood flow, well, not all of it, but a lot of the blood flow to your organs, which means your hands and your feet are going to get cold. So keeping the core warm is key to staying warm. You can use layers and down jackets and all of the things that we have, but it's nice to have that additional heat if you need it, and it's simply a button away. There are 2 buttons here on the vest. If I just want to turn the vest on, I can press that button, and now the vest is heating up for me, but I'm sending no heat down to the insoles at this point. There are 4 ports on the back, okay, and I can use 2 of those ports for the insoles using that extension cord that I showed you earlier, which we will get to when I show you the back, okay, and you simply press that button for the heated insoles, and that drives the heat down to the heated insoles. And now you have the ability to adjust high, medium, and low for the insoles, or turn them off right from the vest. Right? If I press it again, I'm on low. If I press it again, I'm on medium, and I press it again, and I'm on high. And if I turn them off, no heat. So I can adjust everything right up from here. I don't have to be fiddling around down below. And I'm going to turn the vest off because it's starting to get a little warm. And again, it has the same settings, high, medium, and low. The 4 pockets. Let me get to the, well, there's 2 on the front. See the zipper right here? And each pocket has the port for the battery. So you see I've got a battery plugged into this port, and it simply fits into the zippered pocket. Same thing with the pocket on this side. There's a port, and I've got a battery plugged into that. And then if we go to the back of the vest, I've got 2 zippered pockets, and it might be a little difficult for you to see, but right here, okay, I've also got a zippered pocket, and it's the same thing. I've got a port there with a battery in it as well, and so I can run 4 batteries simultaneously off this jacket from these ports. Okay, let me just, and the Velcro that you hear me ripping away is another design feature that I do want to cover with you, because this jacket was made to universally fit anyone of any size. And so with that Velcro, you don't need to see my ugly mug, I'm just going to hold it up. Those Velcro straps that you see are totally adjustable. And so if you're smaller or larger, you simply rip the Velcro strap off the back, loosen or tighten as needed, and you can adjust to be whatever size you want. On the back of the vest, you see there are 4 ports, one on top, one on the bottom, and the same on the other side. And so we use the extensions that we had, right, for the liner. So if I want to use the vest as the hub, I'm going to use the extension cord and plug it into that one. And then for the heated insole, okay, same thing. We use the extension and we plug it into the port. And now we're getting our battery power for each of these from the batteries that are in the vest. We'll use the toggle on the glove for the heat there. And then, as I showed you previously on the vest itself, we'll be using the button for the insole to regulate the heat for the insole. And so the heated vest serves the purpose of having heat for your core, heat for the insoles, heat for the gloves. You can use 1, 2, 3, or 4 batteries. The choice is yours. I run with 4. Because the batteries themselves, the 3.2 amp runs for, that's the 12 volt 3.2 amp, runs for 3 hours on high, 9 hours on low. I like to make sure that I'm not worried about using up my batteries, so I just carry 4 because I don't feel the additional weight in the vest. But you run with as many as you want. The vest also has this little port here with a pocket underneath, and it just so happens that it fits your cell phone perfectly. And apparently they've got this little device that you can buy that allows you to charge your cell phone wirelessly. Don't ask me how it works, I don't know, but they have figured it out. I also saw where they have a flashlight plugged into this. So, I mean, a lot of our standard monitors and things are 12 volt, and so if you're out in the field with a monitor, you can use the batteries from the vest to power things like field monitors, which is pretty cool. They also have an inverter, so if you needed to use a standard 110 plug to charge something, you can do that using the inverter that they have. And I just see they have a converter also to take it from 12 volt down to a 5 volt USB charge, so you could be charging your tablets, cell phones, those types of things. So Motion Heat's really at the cutting edge of bringing us some pretty cool technology other than just heated gloves and liners, and they've made it as an ecosystem so the whole thing works together, which I think is pretty cool. Thanks for watching, and hopefully we've made this a thing of the past. For whatever activity you're doing this winter, I'm really hoping that some of these products can help you enjoy it a lot more by staying warm. If you have any comments at all, just drop them in the comments field and I will get back to you as quickly as I can. I've put a link into the description of this video for Motion Heat where you can purchase these products, and I've got a coupon code for 15% off your purchase. It's Cool Wildlife 15. And if you want to dive into more detail with regards to the heated liners, last year I did a video review that deep dives a lot deeper than what we did today into the liners specifically. I'm out on a winter shoot and I stopped and reviewed the liners. It was like minus 15 or 20. So you can watch that video if you want to take a deep dive. Other than that, have a great winter, stay warm, and thanks again for watching. Sharing this content with you is so much fun for me. If you want to help support the channel, give us a like, subscribe to the channel, bang on the alert button, share it out, or give us a comment. It all helps and it's much appreciated.